What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about pros and cons of season 2 so far here in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM. I think there's a good amount of things to talk about in this video and some decent pros, but also a lot of cons that have been frustrating me to start this season. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 40,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, tons of consistent daily MyTEAM content. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. So we are basically 3 weekends into season 2, or are we 4 weekends into season 2? Poetry, motion, top of class, Dia de los Muertos, laser focus. So we're 3 full weeks, or 3.5 weeks into the season now. Gotten 4 content drops, which means we only have less than 3 weeks left to go, 17 days left in the season. And I'm gonna be totally honest, this hasn't been a season that I think has been great. I think it started okay. The first week was this season 2 rewards and stuff, which I thought was decent. I don't have KCP, but KCP is a decent reward. Cat's a usable reward. James Worthy's usable. Tyrese Halliburton's pretty good. Obi Toppin's also usable. Christian Brown's a good salary cap card. Like, there's some solid season 2 rewards. I think they started the season okay, but the biggest problem, I guess we'll go with pros first. Number 1 pro, in my opinion, is the grindable content this season. I do think the Park Conqueror and the Shutdown Conqueror, with there being a guaranteed legend badge and diamond hidden gems, MT, a Hoff badge option pack, all the different various rewards that you can get from grinding Park and grinding Showdown, a 100 win diamond in Park, a 250 win diamond in Park, just a variety of different grindable, earnable rewards this season. And I think that is definitely a good pro, the fact that there was rewarding grindable content in those modes. Now, next thing that I think is a con is the lack of quality events this season. The Dia de los Muertos event was okay, but it would have been much better if they had either just decided to leave SG out of the event entirely or make him easier to access without actually having to spend money or all your MT on packs and gamble away trying to chase those skulls. The rest of the Dia de los Muertos event I thought was decent, and I think they did a decent job letting the skulls be attainable as well. After the weekend, where you could very easily get Jaime Jaquez, Eric Spoelstra, a legend badge, and a diamond hidden gem. I think pretty easily. You know, I mean, like, you could probably get all those things: best coach in the game, a legend badge, a diamond hidden gem, a really good diamond player in Jaquez. Like, that was a pro. That part of the event. The problem with the events this season is that, and the part that I think is a con, is that outside of that, the SGA aspect sucked. And then the other events we've gotten this season have been double XP in, or I guess double rep in Showdown with the door game afterwards with the diamond hidden gem, which isn't awful, but it's not great. And then a double XP breakout that they did this past weekend, which isn't showing anymore as an event, but there was double rep in breakout. And, like, I guess some random added rewards, but not particularly good ones. Breakout is so garbage. Like, the events this season have just not been very motivating to bring people into playing the game. I don't think people are motivated to play the game at all right now, in all honesty. I will say 2 modes that I think have been pretty good this season and are also pros are King of the Court and Salary Cap. Salary Cap providing you with the ability to get 2 free grindable diamond hidden gems this season is pretty fire. I think that's pretty cool. And King of the Court getting its rewards upgraded to where you got a 95 plus overall pack for top 1% and a 92 plus for top 10% to give a lot more people viable, valid rewards in King of the Court and make it a little bit more enticing and a little bit more worth grinding. So I think that's been pretty good as well. And I think they've done a good job when it comes to making some of these rewards a bit more enticing. Now, they need to figure out how to make Breakout better, and the door game and Showdown or whatever type of after game reward should literally be in the game at all times. I'm still annoyed that you don't get an after win reward for any of these modes the majority of the time, and that's something that I think does kind of suck. One last pro I will mention real quickly is domination. Domination is always a pro, especially this year, and this domination, if you sell all the badges you get and things of that nature, you can probably make close to 350 or 400,000 MT from grinding this domination, and that is a fire thing, especially considering KCP is a very good card as well. So if you need a shooting guard, he's a good option there. So if you're looking for MT, domination is the place to be. And yeah, I think that's the last pro. Now, cons. Pack odds are still a con, 100%. Pink diamonds are basically unpullable, and diamonds are too low percentage to pull, especially on Tuesdays. Tuesday content especially has sucked this season. This Hoop Invader set was not good, and the odds are terrible. 2.4% for diamond is awful. The other Tuesday sets, the NBA's back set was pretty good. but the grind for an NBA's Back Deluxe pack was a ridiculous grind, and I didn't like that at all. The Hoop Invaders set was terrible. It's literally just Zach LaVine, and then nobody else in here is even particularly good. Like, Keith Van Horn's a good card, but outside of that, outside of Keith Van Horn, not a single other card in the set is a really even good card. This is a very, very garbage set, in my opinion. Not a fan whatsoever of this set, is what I would say. Next, you got Laser I mean, no, that was not Tuesday drop. I'm sorry. The other Tuesday drops we got this Greatest Era 2000s drop, which again, like I said, not particularly good. So with 3 Tuesday drops so far this season and another one coming tomorrow, the Tuesday content has overall been pretty bad, especially the last 2 weeks, because there isn't a ton of worth it to grinding, even grinding the 10 bucks last week, like the Greatest Era 2000s 10 bucks or the Hoop Invaders 10 bucks. I grinded them, and I even pulled a diamond in the Greatest Era 2000s. I pulled Antonio Davis. I just wound up exchanging him away for Hoff badge because he wasn't good. And I just overall, I think the Tuesday content has sucked this season. The Friday content still hasn't been great. The pack odds have been bad, and the Friday content has been inconsistent. I mean, we get a drop like this with a couple of decent diamonds, like Chuck Person, Jamal Crawford, Kermit Washington especially. Kermit's pretty darn good, and he's affordable, which is nice. I like the fact that certain prices are starting to drop. Like the guy with Kermit Washington's one of the best budget cards in my team. But then the week before that, we get this garbage. Like, none of these diamonds are good except for Josh Smith, and his jumper's bad, but he's at least a pretty solid card. All the other diamonds in here kind of suck. I mean, Carmelo's really good offensively, but he's got no defense, and D'Lo's kind of the same. And then the top of the class set did have a couple good diamonds. I mean, Brandon Miller, DeJounte Murray are super solid. Doug West isn't bad. Amari's good. Jaren is great. So that was nice. Poetry in Motion had Paulo and a bunch of garbage diamonds. And then there's been a couple of decent budget cards, I guess. Trevor Ariza's pretty good. Top of the class didn't have any good budget cards. Dia de los Muertos, Tabo Cephalosha, and Mario Chalmers are really good. Like, the budget content has been mediocre still. I don't think that's a pro or a con, to be honest. I think it's just kind of been. This season hasn't been awesome, hasn't been great, but it hasn't been awful. I mean, it was pretty awful in Laser Focus, though, because none of these cards are good budget cards besides, I guess, Kermit Washington. But nothing diamond and below on a weekly basis can be expected to be elite at this point in the game. I don't know, man, y'all. I'm just a bit exasperated with my team to this point in this season because I feel like the execution has been less than stellar. The triple threat park win streaks have been pretty good. That's another pro, I guess I would say. But the game as a whole, it feels boring. It feels unmotivating, and it still kind of feels, for the most part, pretty unrewarding. Because look, I'm being totally honest with you. I've spent a good chunk of money, I know, and that's why I have guys like SGA, D-Book, Dr. J, and Wimby, right? But if I didn't have those cards, I would feel like I was at such a disadvantage against the people who are online. And I feel for those of y'all who are no money spent and try to make a team work with basically all diamonds. And maybe you have one pink diamond, you have T-Mac, and you have Tyrese Halliburton, but that's about it. Like, it's just, I feel like the game is as pay to win as it's ever really been. And it's not like the worst game ever, but it's just not very fun. And it's not a great spot for my team to be in right now. I think they need more consistency with these events. Things like the Dia de los Muertos event, except executed better, are the type of stuff that my team needs right now. Not double rep and breakout like the past weekend. That was a joke. So we'll see what tomorrow's Tuesday content looks like. Hopefully it's a decent content drop with at least some good depth to the drop. A couple of viable cards that are worth actually looking into and picking up that aren't going to be the most expensive pink diamond. And we will see what happens here with this week's content. But I just don't think season 2 has been all that successful so far. I feel like it's tracking the same way that season 1 is, where it's going to be like a 3-4 out of 10 instead of a very good season. But it is what it is. I hope y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.